Hello, friends. Thanks again for joining me on Extraordinary Connection. Today, I want to talk about Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick was the actor who played the Black Panther in the movie of the same name and portrayed the same character in other Avenger movies, those big summer blockbuster movies over the last couple of years. Chadwick also played Jackie Robinson in the movie 42 and Thurgood Marshall in the movie Marshall, and he starred in several other movies, and he produced other movies. He was a busy actor. I keep saying was because Chadwick Boseman died this past week at age 43 from colon cancer. Too young. I never knew he had colon cancer until after he passed, and I don't think anyone else knew either. He was a pretty private person, and I never heard about his fight with cancer on any of the news outlets until after he passed. The last 4 years of his life, Chadwick quietly and privately fought cancer, chemo treatments, and all the other parts of the treatment regimen. If you've ever personally had cancer, or if you know someone who has, you know how exhausting the treatments can be, both physically and mentally. Fighting cancer is never easy. So again, for the last 4 years of his life, he fought colon cancer, which means for the last 4 years, while Chadwick was fighting his cancer, he was also a working actor. I checked the IMDb database, and there are 10 films listed during the last 4 years. Being an actor is more than filming. It's also appearing on talk shows. You know, those interviews on shows like The Tonight Show where they sit on the couch and the actor smiles and tells a self-deprecating story or two, and then they show a sneak peek of the movie. For those 10 films, including the hugely publicized Avenger movies, Chadwick was out making the talk show circuit. Also, being an actor means doing movie premieres, award shows, and other red carpet events. The actors are expected to pose and smile for the photographers, and then they're expected to take time to do short interviews with the reporters. Again, all ways to publicize the movie with a very public, high energy, high demand part of the job. The last 4 years, Chadwick was at every red carpet event related to his movies, and probably a few more to support other friends and projects. And over the last 4 years, Chadwick, trading on the success of his Black Panther character and the joy it brought so many kids, he spent a lot of time visiting sick children in hospitals, bringing them a bit of joy and sharing a little love to those children so desperately in need of both. So let's recap. During the last 4 years, while Chadwick was quietly battling colon cancer, he worked on 10 different movies, including all the accompanying publicity on talk shows and red carpet events, and he made time to visit hospitalized children. He was a true superhero. I did see and remember some negative publicity that Chadwick got over the last 4 years. Some of the more sensational news outlets seemed to take delight in pointing out how thin and emaciated and unhealthy he had become. They mocked and ridiculed his appearance. But Chadwick, I don't believe, ever engaged. He never fought back. He never offered any reason for his appearance. He never lashed out in anger. He always accepted it with grace. Even though he had the moral high ground, he had the silver bullets to hurt them back, he never did try and hurt anyone. Chadwick is a good reminder that sometimes we can't see what someone is going through privately and how to respond when someone lashes out at us. Sometimes individuals are struggling with health issues and emotional challenges and financial problems and addictions and family dysfunction and more. Actually, I take that back. We all are struggling with something. We all have challenges with our health, social circle, vocation, and more. We are all wrestling with our own demons. But we are masters at keeping our private lives private. We are experts at keeping many of our struggles hidden. We don't share them for public consumption. Just like Chadwick, we often prefer to keep our health challenges or our frustrations with our children or our depression or whatever it is secret. Which means you can't look at someone and know what's really going on in their life without knowing them. But it's a safe bet that we're all going through something. The thing is, though, as good as we think we are about hiding our struggles, as clever as we think we are about keeping our private lives hidden, remnants of our personal struggles slip out from time to time. Have you ever been to the grocery store and the person in front of you just loses it to the cashier over something like they got the wrong change back? Or someone at McDonald's places an order and then storms back to the counter, yelling and screaming, frothing at the mouth, demanding to see the manager because they got the wrong size fries. Maybe you've been on the receiving end of those explosions. Or maybe you've lost it and then wondered why you lost control in your life. What we have to remember is that person at McDonald's, they really aren't upset about the fries. They're upset that perhaps maybe their wife left them and just asked them for a divorce, or they just lost their job, or whatever struggle they might be facing. They, like us, are wrestling with their demons in private. So now is the time to keep giving each other grace. Now is the time to not take those outbursts that happen personally. Now is the time, like Jesus said in Luke 6, to bless those that persecute you. As tempers are frayed, as people feel confused and scared and lost in this time of social distancing, give people grace. Extra grace and love that they don't deserve any more than you and I really don't deserve either. Do unto them as you'd want to be done unto you. I want to close with a couple of verses from Luke 6, and I want to make it a prayer for you and myself that we can give those struggling in our lives grace, just like we'd want to receive. This is Luke 6. Jesus said, "Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slaps you on the cheek, turn to them the other also. If someone takes your coat, do not withhold your shirt from them. Give to everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you." May we follow Chadwick's example of doing all the good we can while we can, and not engaging with those that are trying to hurt us, because they, like us, are in need of grace. And until next time, my friends, Wakanda forever.